Hi, good morning. I wonder whether when you're going after a goal, do you ever take the time to measure and evaluate your results? Because if you don't, you will be like the person who just keeps on doing the same thing over and over again, expecting to get a good result and never actually going forward or moving as fast as you can if you took the time to measure and evaluate. That's where we are in the goal setting process as I continue to speak about going after a goal and the steps that you must take from beginning until you come to that result. Hi, everybody. My name is Lisa Dublin. I'm a health and life coach. I help you to live, to speak, and to lead with confidence because, in my opinion, and from what I've done and from what I see in the world, confidence just makes a big difference. Confidence says that I can or I will find a way. Confidence says that the door is not closed to me. I will find a way to make it happen. So, welcome wherever you're watching me from. Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, Instagram. So I have got a little bit more of the Facebook drama. So I'll be on Watch Radio only just because I had to step back from my channel again. So not to worry about it. We're just gonna make sure LinkedIn works. Make sure you join me on Instagram. I'm really growing my Instagram account quite a bit. So you can join me in the evening times only on Instagram. I'm at Lisa M. Dublin on Instagram. And also, what I really want to invite you to as well is to right now go over and subscribe to my channel, Basement Chronicles on YouTube. That way, there are some things that I'll only be doing over there. Like I have my overflow show tomorrow morning, and it's purely talking about all things spiritual, about God, about um, loving him. I want to focus on two things in particular: worship and faith. So if you're that way inclined or you're wanting to know more about God and wanting to get into that kind of life, I want to invite you right now. Go subscribe to Basement Chronicles. That is the name of the channel on YouTube. So every single time that I go live or there's an update, you are going to get. Have you done it? Like literally, you're listening to me right now and you're hearing the words, but I want to repeat. Could you kindly go over to YouTube and subscribe to this channel, Basement Chronicles? I just put it in the chat. So if you're on Facebook or again on YouTube, you're able to also go over there and subscribe. Let me see if I can also do it on LinkedIn even while I am live. Let's see if that can happen. But we want to talk about measurement and evaluation today because it's so important in the goal setting process. I am going to not say anything. Let me see if I can put it on. If I can't, then I'm just going to let it run, right? I'll go in on LinkedIn and just put the channel on under the live after, if you can see it now. I was thinking about this topic about why don't we measure and evaluate? And I didn't have to look beyond my own self. You guys have been doing social media for a while now. I've been doing this since 2020 when the pandemic began and I began doing Basement Chronicles, the 3-minute vlog, etc. Then I moved to lives. Then I have I do a couple things, right? I'm a coach. I have that program, that kind of thing. Speak with confidence, etc. For the longest while, I, like everybody else, I found myself not wanting to see the results, not wanting to measure and evaluate what I was doing. It was safer. And tell me if that ever happens to you. Now, if you're coming in, you're seeing me here on LinkedIn, on Facebook, on wherever, say hi, okay? Say hi. Also on Instagram, just say hello and let me know that you're watching, you're listening. That encourages people like me who are out there encouraging people doing all of the things, right? So I never wanted to look at the results because as far as I was concerned, they were just terrible. Just in terms of the number of people watching, the number of likes, like it's still not where it's supposed to be. And I believe like in that area of my life, the social media business part, as well as in making offers to people, as well as in other parts of life, like losing weight, for example. If you are not in the frame of mind that says, I'm not going to waste my efforts, if it's not working, I will find out what's going on and I will adjust. If you're not in that frame of mind, you are going to waste a lot of time. And so, whereas we have gone through many of the steps in the couple last weeks, we looked at how you must have desire. We looked at the motivation. We looked at how to deal with your own obstacles. And obstacles could be the distractions, it could be threats, it could be your own weaknesses. We looked at all of that. It is also, we also looked at accountability day before. I wasn't well yesterday, so I wasn't on. I do apologize. Today we're looking at this measure and evaluate. Now I want you to right now figure out, why don't you want to measure and evaluate? Because it's painful to look it in the face and to recognize that your efforts have not been producing what you thought they should be, isn't it? For me, I literally had to sit with myself and be like, okay, Lisa, this is not the end. Don't be afraid of the numbers. Don't be afraid or discouraged to look the results in the face and to say, this is not what I expected. Secondly, my efforts have not produced what I wanted. And thirdly, you have to recognize this is not the end. So you have to go into any measurement and evaluation with that kind of mindset. I will get it right. I will figure out a way. It's not the end of the world. And you know what? Gulp, sigh, tie a waist, throw your shoulders back, and then look the numbers in the face for whatever the goal is. I always use this very easy example of, okay, I want to lose 10 pounds, and I want to do that by exercising 3 times a week and watching what I eat. Some people, the way that I help clients to do this, I'm a health coach, so I will help you to look at your diet and have all the tools to help you to eat properly, and I'll hold you accountable to work out the number of times agreed upon so you can hit your numbers literally, okay? And the way that we do it, let's say you try for the first week, but what exactly is trying? Are you measuring? Are you jumping on that scale every morning at the same time? Are you afraid to do it? There are times like when it wasn't working, I was like, I am not jumping on that scale this morning. Oh, no, I feel bloated. I'm not coming on that scale. No, not this morning. Okay. Because you're afraid to face the numbers. But the thing that I've found, and what has helped me to grow, take little steps towards growth and to see movement in any area in my life, is when I say to myself, I am going to sit down and look at these numbers, because if I don't, I am never going to grow and I'm never going to go forward. You have to measure and evaluate, and you have to not be afraid to measure and evaluate, because it's one of the reasons that, people say that you should make your goals SMART. It has to be specific, measurable, achievable, it has to be relevant, and it has to be time bound. That measurable piece is so important. Where did I begin? You need to know whether it's a financial goal, whether it's a weight goal, whether it's maybe you're writing a book and you're starting at 0 words. That's a start. Where do I want to get to? Is it 10,000 words? Is it 50,000 words by the end of the time that I've allotted to that? Maybe 6 months? Is that the goal? If you know where you're heading, then you can literally track back and apportion time and effort on a daily or every 2 days, weekly basis to accomplish the goal. And so let's hear, why are you afraid? Why are people afraid to measure and evaluate? Because here's the other thing. We don't think of how much effort it takes to accomplish any goal. We don't. As far as we're concerned, why does it have to take so much effort? Maybe I can just simply go and try something. It should work. And then we are surprised when it doesn't work. But the fact is, if you don't measure and evaluate, watch the numbers very closely and do things to not manipulate, but to make the numbers move in your favor, whatever the goal is. If you don't take that kind of responsibility, that's the word, it's responsibility. It's, you know what? This is uncomfortable. I don't want to see it, but I'm going to sit down and look at those numbers. Whatever the numbers say about me, and say about my efforts, I am determined to make these numbers increase and to get better results. So I better already just get into the process of just treating with the numbers, if I may. You have to get accustomed to that. There's no other way around it. And here's the thing, that's a negative part of it. When you find the strength and the courage to measure and evaluate your efforts and you see what's not working, that is very good. Did you know the story of Thomas Edison? So he was the one who got the light bulb and all of that. He invented the light bulb. But before he did get that filament working, there were 1,000 ways that it failed. And so he is purported to have said that I now know 1,000 ways not to make the light bulb. What about you? Do you realize that when you look at your numbers, you can instantly identify what is not working? Can you guys hear me okay? Let me just make sure. Okay, great. It's there. Do you see that? When you don't, when you look at those numbers and you realize the effort that I gave today or this week, it didn't work. Kudos to you. What would be madness would be to not measure and evaluate, and the next week to just do the same thing. And that's what a lot of us do. We do not stop to measure and evaluate in the process of going after a goal. And so we find ourselves just spinning, going around in circles, doing the same thing over and over again. And, just simply submitting to the version of insanity that it is really doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. If you don't measure and evaluate, you bet your life that you are in that whole cycle of insanity. You don't measure, you don't evaluate. And measuring and evaluating, it kind of takes several different ways that it can be done. You can measure and evaluate your own results, can't you? You can look at what you're doing and see whether it's working for you. You know what else you can measure and evaluate? Oh my goodness, this one is so good, right? This one is so good. You can measure and evaluate other people's results. So somebody's at the top of their game in the industry where you want to be. Let's say, for example, and you recognize this person is different from you. The things that they do and how they do them are giving them not just a different result, but a better result. That can work to your advantage. You don't get discouraged. No. If I want what somebody else has, I have to be willing to do what that other person did. I came across this phrase from this quote from oh God, I always get this guy's name incorrect. His name is Alex Hormozy, I think it is. Somebody correct me. I'll get it right. Right. Yes. Okay. So he said, if you're not making $100,000 a month, this is what you're going to do. You have to get into marketing 4 hours a day in your business. If you're not at that level yet, and that's a lot of people, that's a lot of us, you need to be marketing 4 hours a day at least until, thank you so much. Somebody just liked the video. Please like and share the video. I forgot to say that. And don't forget to subscribe to Basement Chronicles. Hello. Subscribe to Basement Chronicles on Watch Radio or on YouTube, wherever you are, please subscribe. You can also subscribe on, am I not supposed to also be on Watch Radio on YouTube? Maybe I didn't put it in. I probably need to do that. But anyway, we'll do it next time. You guys, he said this. He's like, he's always marketing. And he does oh my goodness, he's always marketing. He's always in it. And he wrote this post. I follow him on LinkedIn. He's like, if you're not making $100,000 in your business a month yet, what you need to do, and he gave the numbers, you need to be spending 4 hours a day marketing. It's not like He gave different kinds of marketing that you could be doing. And that, I mean, that was very instructive. He's actually giving a measurement by which of something that he does for him to get to way more than 100K a month. So that's like very instructive. So the other thing that you can measure and evaluate, as I'm saying, is what other people are doing. And then you realize that we so underestimate what it takes to get any result, you guys. We underestimate the amount of energy, the amount of time, the amount of money, the amount of resources that is needed to get to a certain result. And that is why measurement and evaluation, it keeps things tight. Think about budgeting. Think about you going after a goal, maybe a financial goal for the rest of the year, and literally, how am I going to get to that financial goal? Okay, I'm going to do this and that and that. When I add these things up, give a little room for extra, less or more, I should be able to get to that result. That's how you do it. Measurement and evaluation gets you better faster. When you are able to look failure in the face and say, this is not working, the obvious next question is, okay, if this is not working, what should I be doing? And then you begin to drill down into the failure, drill down into, why did this happen? How can I make this better? What are the other people who are getting results? What are they doing? And then step by step, without the pressure of urgency, oh my gosh, this is not working, you take it one step at a time, 10% improvement every week. Same like in running. They say if you want to become that like long distance runner, just run 10% more every single week. 10%. So first week I run 4 miles, then 10% more would be 4.4, would it? Yeah. So I just run that, and then you add something else to it. Hey, Moika, how are you? I see you. Hope you're doing well. So the call today is to get into the habit of measuring and evaluating. There should be a time, perhaps at the end of every week, that you measure and evaluate what you did for the week. And you just find the strength. It's hard for me to do it, but I do it because I want to get better for the next week. Because if you don't measure and evaluate, what's going to happen is you're going to keep on doing the same things and getting the same results. Who has time for that? It's best you take the time to step back, look at what happened in the week, what worked, what didn't. Look at the analytics. I've taught a couple of my clients to look at their analytics on Instagram, on it tells you what's not working. It also tells you what is working and where you need to put pressure, emphasis, attention, so that you can get even deeper and better results. But don't be afraid to measure and evaluate, because I think that makes all the difference in how fast you get to your goal and how spectacularly you win. Okay, so I want to tell you a couple things now, tell you about upcoming new year, new goals. So what I taught today about measuring and evaluation and its importance, I will really drill into that, because you might be wondering, how do I measure and evaluate? What is the process? I will teach you that in my workshop on Sunday, the 20th. My mic is unplugged. That happens all the time. That's 1 to 3 p.m. It's going to be 1 to 3 p.m. MST, 3 to 5 p.m. EST. So please, I would love if you could attend that workshop, because I know that, for example, Christmas is just around the corner. Yes. And many people, instead of thinking the year ahead, they're thinking of the festivities. But I'm pretty sure, like, if you are that person who's driven by goals and who wants to get better in life, there's a part of you that wants to start to get ready for the new year. We are not there yet. There's still time to prepare. I always say, and I developed this from a couple years ago, if you begin to plan for 2025 on January 1, 2025, the likelihood of getting to your goal by the end of that year is slim. if you begin now to seed SEED, to seed your thoughts and your future with the right thoughts and the right strategy from now, you increase if you do that from now in November, the likelihood of you being ready to go come January 1 is higher. And that's what I want to leave with people. I've been running this workshop since I think 2020, the year of the pandemic began, and every year it has gotten better. Some of the results that we have gotten from doing this are that people learn to write down their goals. People learn how to track their goals. Many people, because of the New Year, New Goals workshop, they have begun to have accountability groups or accountability partners. They have also learned one of the key learnings, I think, from this workshop. People learn how to deal with their obstacles, how to deal with distractions, how to deal with any possible threats that might come, how to deal with their own weaknesses. And I teach people, here's a simple thing, a little hack for you. You don't work against your weaknesses, you work with them. If I'm not an early riser, I'm going to work when I am most productive. If I know that by the end of the day that I am really tired, there's no chance that I'm going to any gym or going to do exercise, let me do it at the part of the day when I have the most energy, either at lunchtime or early in the morning. But I can't do, apart from having to want to build an exercise habit, for example, you're doing this new thing and you're also wanting to do it at a time when you're not capable, that you're working against yourself is what I want to say. And so I teach all these concepts in New Year, New Goals. And we still have a couple spots if people want to sign up. It is free. It's a free workshop. You know, one of the things that I do here is I literally want people to win. Like, I'm literally the person in tears when a client gets a win. I'm cheering you on. And so just because it really is something that I want to do, something that comes naturally and authentically to me, I will keep on giving that kind of value. Hey, Rhonda, good morning to you. Morning, morning. So I just put up the link for the New Year, New Goals workshop on Sunday. We're going to have fun. Don't think it's going to be, no, I love to have fun in workshops, hear from people, and just inspire you to be better. So come out, join the workshop. I'm going to start sending out emails immediately. I'm done here. And try to get people excited about coming to the workshop on Sunday. I hope to see you there. Don't wait for next year. All right. Don't wait for next year. So, all right. So you know what I realized? Here's my big revelation over the last couple days. Do you have a big goal for 2025? Yes or no? Can you tell me in the chat? If you're watching this on replay, a couple things, type replay. Number 2, like the video. Number 3, share the video. Can you do that for me this morning? Like, share the video, and leave a comment. Right? Do you have a big goal for 2025? Do you have a big goal? Like, for example, I'm going to write a book. I'm going to make $10,000 more. I'm going to save $10,000 more. I'm going to apply for this school. I'm going to open that business. What else? What else could be your big goal for 2025? I'm going to lose 10 pounds for sure. Right? Do you have that? I'm going to become a paid speaker for the first time. I remember leading a client through that process. That was her goal for the longest while. I'm going to be a paid speaker. I'm going to be a homeowner. And there were a couple other things that she said. And you know what? A lot of these things have already come to pass right now. So do you have a big goal for 2025? I realize a lot of people don't have a goal. And I'm like, are we forgetting to dream? Are we forgetting that life is not just about the bare bones and about what's in front of you, that you have a mind that is not shackled by the day-to-day? Your mind is the space and it is the realm where you can dream and use your imagination. Why are we forgetting to dream? A lot of people don't have what they call it a BHAG, big, hairy, audacious goal. A lot of people don't have that big goal because all they're doing is looking at what's in front of them and not using their imagination to imagine what's possible. Is that you this morning? What could 2025 look like this time next year if you had accountability, a system, a strategy, and the knowledge that you needed to go after a bigger goal? You know, this is nice and professional. I like to say that the realm of imagination, it absolutely belongs to God, you know? And so tomorrow, I want you to join me. I won't be on LinkedIn doing this, and perhaps not even on Instagram either. Hey, Sienna. But I want you to join me tomorrow for Overflow. I'm doing it every Saturday morning at 6 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. That is 8 a.m. EST. That is 9 a.m. If you are in the Caribbean. And I would love you to join me because I think of all the speaking that I do, the topic that I love the most, hey, the topic I love the most is to speak about God because that is a nucleus for excellence in every area: professionalism, coaching, speaking, relationships, marriage, creativity. Oh my gosh, right? Tomorrow, I'll be speaking about the fact that God is your daddy. This is not for girls only because boys have daddies too. And to explore that relationship, I just got new revelation about this relationship of um the daddy child relationship that I want to share tomorrow. So join me at that time. Now, how can you make sure that you attend? You can go and sign and subscribe to Basement Chronicles, the channel on YouTube. So when I go live, make sure you hit the bell button that you get all of the updates, the notifications. When I go live, you're going to get that email or that, yeah, it's a notification. You get the email that Basement Chronicles is now live and you can join. You want to be live. You want to get this information because it's only going to make your life better. And I will be also teaching you guys. Here's my book. It's here. Oh my gosh. It looks like a book. It's a book. And I'd like you to go get it on Amazon because this is a great book. I shouldn't be saying that myself. I have to wait to get the reviews in. A couple of people have said they're going to write reviews for me. But here's the value of this labor of love that I wrote and published on my birthday, October 31. Okay. The value of this book, it's a devotional. So let me show you. And I myself began already. There is room every day after you have, can you see? There is room for you to write your notes on. I have just like, Lord, I know that you are real and that when we draw near to you, you will draw near to us. So I trust you that when people read this book, that you are going to speak to them. I left in faith. I left room for every time you do the worship, the midnight worship, that you will write your thoughts, your God-inspired thoughts, that God is going to speak to you. You want to document those things. But me being the words person, I began doing, using the book for my own devotions, worship at midnight. And then I realized, oh my gosh, what? I'm like, I need more room. So I'm considering, even because I want this to be something that people do, maybe you want to do it maybe 3-4 times and just get into a place of covenant. Lord, I'm going to do it like 31 days of midnight worship. You will need to have the room or a journal for you to record your thoughts. So I'm thinking of perhaps doing a journal to accompany this book, so that as you progress in becoming that worshiper, you have that space to kind of document all your thoughts and document the relationship between you and an awesome God. But it's here. It's a real book. And please go get it on Amazon, whatever Amazon you are, affiliated with .com.ca .co.uk. Even I think people have bought in Australia as well. Oh my gosh, amazing. And yeah, so I'll be teaching from the book, and also going to start to do like the midnight worship on a regular basis for those people who want to have that ongoing corporate worship. We're going to start doing it once a month, like take a weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, so that you can just build your own diet of becoming that person who has a deep relationship with God. Like, I don't even care who you are, what you do. I already know we all need God. Okay, whatever platform this is on, the one thing that binds us all, the best marketing strategy, is to recognize the deepest pain point of all humanity is that we need God. Yes. So I'll see you guys. Hopefully, if you don't attend Overflow tomorrow on YouTube, perhaps I'll see you in my workshop on Sunday. All of these, as I said, are meant to help people to win, because we're gonna win. Why should you not win? That's what I'm here for. All right, you guys, I'll see you next time on Basement Chronicles. Join me tomorrow. Don't forget, go subscribe to Basement Chronicles, the channel on YouTube, so that when I go live tomorrow, you can enjoy and join in talking about God. And then on Sunday, we have New Year, New Goals. Bye, everybody. Take care.